Thank you, Sonko, and good evening to you, our dear viewers who are tuned in to Smart24 TV and watching Business Today. I'm Ronah Nahabwe, and with me is the Honorable Yona Musinguzi, who is also a Member of Parliament for Ntungamo Municipality. Now, we have lost, recent reports indicate that Uganda loses about 20 trillion shillings annually. And he also mentioned in his speech that one hour, 1 million is lost to corruption. That is downright poverty. Now with me is, like I mentioned, Honorable Yona Musinguzi. He's going to help us insight or give us a bigger insight on how deep Uganda is deep into this corruption agenda. Thank you, and say hello to our viewers.
Hello everyone, my name is Yona, Member of Parliament for Ntungamo Municipality. I'm happy for my sister to host me here on this TV, and I'm privileged to talk about the corruption, the greed, nepotism in Uganda.
Thank you. Now, I want us to move or set the momentum to how the youth, most of the people that were here at PPDA Towers were the youth or young people. They are really being empowered. We have seen how they have been awarded in various, genres on how they are empowered to move forward this corruption propaganda. Why do you think they're targeting the youth?
I think the target for youth to join the crusade against corruption has been long awaited. It should have started the other day, if not today, because as we grow up, there is a saying which says charity begins at home. And I know the values we instill in these children today when they take up the responsibilities, because corruption is done by human beings who have not been nurtured. So I want to thank the organizers of the event today, NDC, for having targeted the right group of people, instilling and impacting to the fight against corruption to schools. Actually, teaching Kiswahili is okay in a school, but also there should be a curriculum to teach children the fight against corruption, to teach children morals and values when they take up responsibilities, let it be in private or in government, because corruption, the IGG has said it's not only in government, even in private offices. And these are the people you have taught mathematics, taught chemistry, taught biology, and have left them to go to the public to work in government offices. What will they do? They will think it is a norm to be corrupt. But this is the right place to teach these people when they are still at school. And we have empowered them. I know they were amazing. They had amazing pieces. They had a lot of poems against a corrupt officer, against corruption. They were crying. One of them told us how he lost the mom to a doctor. The doctor asking them money when the mom was bleeding. And these are poor people who didn't have the money. And she lost the mom. She had a poem. You found me shedding tears. I was tearing off. I was emotional about her speech. So I want to encourage every Ugandan, if I may sum it up, what we have come out with this, because we had the Auditor General, we had the State House Anti-Corruption Unit, we had the IGG, my friend Honorable Bet Kamya, and we challenged them about lifestyle audit. Yes, someone is earning 1 million shillings per month, but someone has 10,000 heads of cattle. He has how many square miles in Chibare, in Ntungamo, in Karamoja? He has how many mansions in the suburbs of Kampala? He even has buildings in the middle of town here. Where does he get money from? So we all agreed we should anonymously support the IGG on lifestyle audit. How do you live? You have seen people splashing money like this, dollars, and they are public officers. That is our money.
We have seen most of the politicians or these people that are passionate about corruption move agendas, but their lives have been threatened. So I'd like to know what drives your passion. When did you decide to start fighting corruption? This crusade must be fought. I need to know. I need to see results in regards to corruption. What inspired you, and what drives your passion for the fight?
Beginning a crusade, you can begin it alone, individually. But I want to assure you, when you have a right cause, the masses will join you. The fight against corruption, we all know, when we see government government, government suffocating on service delivery. I want to show in Uganda here we have people who are richer than the government infrastructure. Someone owning more money than the budget that can run this government for 2 years. Where has he gotten the money from? And again, these people have not been told that amassing too much barbaric wealth is also being barbaric yourself. Because now, their money has become their slaves. They have no time to enjoy their money, the little money they have spent. Someone, he has to have how many escorts escort him? Going in a toilet, he has a gun. Going in a church, there is a gun outside him. Going everywhere, even in a bar, he has a gun escorting him. Why? Because he knows he has amassed this wealth through dubious means. He has stolen the government. And we are saying we need to make life hard for corrupt officers. We have actually agreed that these people, even in church, they should not be given the first chairs in front. Pastors, when you know someone has been convicted of corruption, don't accept his offertory. Make corruption very risky for anyone to trade in. But when you just give them good names, they are mafias, they enjoy that comfort, and corruption will thrive. Anyone who comes up to get that office, you want to be like the one who has left. But we should make it very hard for anyone to be corrupt.
Do you think the law has been efficient enough? One of the key speakers there made used an example of China. If one is a simple allegation that you are corrupt, the procedure, the court sessions, they are so enduring that you might even commit suicide. Do you think if such laws, are equipped and are installed in Uganda, and Ugandans know that if I take a bribe, even if it's just for 100,000, I will be convicted like this?
By the way, for the law, I want to thank Parliament. For the laws, we have made laws. This country has laws. But I think there is a challenge somehow, somewhere. If all these laws were implemented to the letter, I don't think we could be having any issue in Uganda here. Because we have the best legislation. Actually, many countries in Africa come and benchmark from Parliament here. But the implementation and the goodwill generally is not the best, I want to say.
What would you recommend as someone who is passionate about corruption and its fight, and you really want to do away, because we have lost 20 trillion shillings is a lot with the kind of debt we have.
Today,
if we are losing that yearly.
Yes, I've told you my research, and it's very true. I've told you, as we sit today here now, if there are 50 transactions in government authorities and ministries, you should know that 25 of those transactions are not for the good of this country. 25 is for those people who are making the transactions, and 25 for us. But one murderer like this, if you kill someone, God forbid, I know you cannot kill, but if you kill someone, you are committed to death sentence. And a corrupt officer today is committed to 5 years, simple exercise, cleaning the compound, and he's left spot free. But you, a murderer who has killed one person, you are even better than someone who has stolen 100 million for the road that was supposed to go to Ntungamo. Because that road, if it's not made, how many border people will die on that road? Thousands of them. You who has killed one person, you have been convicted to be killed also. So I would think any corrupt officer should also be murdered, because you are murderers.
I would like to pause you right there. They also suggested something that has to do with the fund. We have seen how young people are ambitious about this fight, and of course there is need. We cannot run away from it. There is need for them to be empowered, because if they come up, because the youth constitute 70% of the population. We are the future generation. So they suggested something about a fund, and then they suggested you maybe could be in position to move it forward and get all the support that is needed for these young people to be empowered and continue to pass on this message. If it's far from us, the media, but them, the young people, maybe they could be recognized as a stronger force. What do you think we should expect from that?
I would definitely support that fund, because today we have a Whistleblowers Act. In a Whistleblowers Act, it empowers the IGG. If someone has brought information and she executes and some money is recovered, this person should be given some money. But it should go beyond that. It should go beyond that. We need that fund, the fund to teach the youth on how to have ethical morals, the fund for them to join the crusade, because they are back in the villages where this implementation of these projects where they are stealing money are taking place. A fund for them to have a stature in the state, to have accountability. So I would really support the fund.
Thank you. Your parting remarks?
I call upon all Ugandans, let's go back to the cultural way how we used to do it. Corruption is killing this nation. Corruption, nepotism, greed is a dangerous war that we all need to come and join our hands together.
Tribalism.
Tribalism, of course. Nepotism and tribalism are all go together. Let's all join our hands. Let's develop our country and make it very hard for any corrupt officer. Never shake hands with them. Make for them an alarm. Ashame them. They will stop stealing our money.
Strong conversations there, of course, from he himself, Honorable Yona Musinguzi, the MP from Ntungamo district. I'm very glad to have brought you this conversation. Back to you in studio. Thank you.